Hey, good evening. Good evening. It's Eldana. And if you're listening to this after the fact, thanks so much for tuning in. And welcome to the last Tea Time Tuesday of 2020. Thought I would do one tonight, and I do have my tea right here. Some mango tea. And I just wanted to give an update on my injury. I still have a cast on. Cast is going to be on until middle of January. My knee is still swollen. For those of you who may not know, it's been about 2.5 weeks ago that I fell and, excuse me, I tripped over something and caught my shoelace, fell to my knee, and then I put my hand out to break my fall, and bam, I went down. And boy, I saw stars. Let me tell you, it was a pretty rough thing. My knee swelled up about the size of a grapefruit, ended up in the emergency room that night. Of course, old tough military chick me, I was at an event, and hey, brother Kevin, I was at an event and I'm like, I'm all right, I can take it. So I stayed at the event until it was over. One of my friends came and helped pack me up, took stuff home. Luckily, it was my left knee and I was able to drive. So I drove with my right foot and my left hand. I still can't use this hand very much to drive. So, yeah, nice, pretty blue cast. It's on till I think January 14th. But I'm able to walk pretty much without a limp, and I'm I'm on the mend. This doesn't hurt as much as it did. My knee isn't as swollen as much as it was, but let me tell you, I am definitely grateful, and my heart's overflowing with gratitude for all the people who have stepped up to help me out, because actually the first probably week and a half I had a hard time walking through my place. I couldn't feed my cats. I could barely do anything but sit around and put some ice on the knee and take some pain medication. And I'm just so grateful for everybody who stepped up to help me. But it's interesting. I am overflowing with gratitude. So if you're listening and you're one of the people who's helped me, I'm just so grateful. Not only those who have stepped up and come, and a lot of other people volunteered to help, and I've been spreading out the help so I don't overuse somebody a bunch, but somebody's been here every day cleaning the cat box, feeding my cats. I have figured out a way now to jerry rig the cat can to get it open. And I'm starting to be able to use my hand a little bit. I don't know if how the healing's going. My friend Julianne brought me her electromagnetic mat that I've been using, and I think that's helping to speed up the healing. The knee, I can't bend it all the way, but I'm just grateful for all the help. And it's interesting the things that you take for granted. When you're not able to do things. For instance, walking very far. I used to go for walks a lot. I can't go for a walk now. I can't write. I can sign my name now a little bit. In the beginning, I couldn't even use this hand. So, and I'm a little ambidextrous, but I'm not able to write that well with my left hand. So that was a challenge. Typing was a challenge. I was typing with one hand, doing work, typing with one hand. So I couldn't type normally. Driving a long distance, there's no way. I was going to go visit my son for the holidays, and there was no way that I could do that because I can't. My leg would be kind of in a certain position, and it's a long way to where he is. He's way northern California, and I thought about several. Well, if I did this, maybe I could go. Right now, I'm fighting the urge to hop in the car and drive, and I'm getting that cabin fever because I'm been cooped up and I'm resting and I'm taking care of myself, but I don't like being stuck, not being able to do anything. I can't do, I'm used to doing something with my hair, doing makeup. I can't do any of that. And I can't wear certain clothes because it's hard to get things on and off. And of course, this being as big as it is, I can't pull certain shirts on, so I have to wear loose fitting clothes, and actually wearing loose fitting clothes like pants. I'm wearing some flowy pants because when you're pulling things up with one hand, it's very difficult and challenging. I can't exercise like I normally did. I would get up every morning and do some stretching, some yoga stretches. I can still stretch my right leg, but I can't do the things with my left leg that I was able to. And those are just a few things, the things that you think that you take for granted. So I have what I call hag hair. It poof, it sticks out. So I'm sticking a hat on it so it doesn't stick out. My hairstylist actually gifted me with a blow dry about a week ago, and it was so nice to have my hair done and be able to do something with it. But you're surprised, you take things for granted that you normally used to doing, and when you're injured you can't do those things. So I've accepted the fact that I'm unable to do certain things, and I have to be okay with that. And it's interesting to say the least. I have to tell you a silly story about the I had to end up staying. So when I had the injury, they wanted to see if I could walk down to the bathroom. I could not walk. My knee was the size of a grapefruit. I couldn't put any weight on it. It was a lot of pain. So the doctor was like, "Do you have anybody at home?" I said, "No." And my daughter was out, so she couldn't come and get me. It was by this time it was, gosh, 10:30, 11 o'clock. And like, I have nobody at home. I have cats. Cats can't take care of me. I have to take care of them. Cats have staff. I'm the cat staff, so they couldn't very well take care of me. So they made me stay in the ER overnight because I didn't have anybody to take care of me. And they said, "Oh, we're going to send a social worker in and talk to you about having some home care." I thought, I don't know that I need that, but I ended up staying in the ER all night. And about the middle of the night, this technician comes in and says, "We're taking you for an EKG." And I thought, why am I getting an EKG? My it's my knee and my wrist. And I said, why am I getting an EKG? "Well, they're admitting you." I'm like, nobody's admitting me. And then she gets on the computer and looks, "Oh, wrong room." I'm glad I spoke up. You always have to speak up for yourself, own your power. To think like a negotiator strategy, own your power and make sure that you stand up for yourself, because that lady was about to roll me away and who knows do what else and admit me somewhere thinking I was somebody else. So thankfully I spoke up for myself, and that didn't happen. But my daughter came and got me out of the hospital in the morning. She had to be to work at 10:30. She took me by the pharmacy to get the pain medication, and I don't like to take stuff, but I was in so much pain that I was happy to take whatever they were going to give me to make that pain a little less. And because it was throbbing here, and I, I think I did post the picture. This took me about 5 days to get this put on. I had a full arm cast bent at the elbow, a temporary cast that they had put on me, and then they put a knee brace on me. So my mobilization was very limited, and I was in a lot of pain. And she took me over there, but it was Sunday, so the pharmacy didn't open up until 10 a.m. And she lives and works in Long Beach. I live in Orange County. She could not wait, or she'd be late for work. So I said, "Oh, take me home. I'll get somebody. Somebody will help me out with that." So I came home. I sent out a text to some people, and I don't know if the text didn't go or what happened, and people weren't available. Different people were doing other things, and I thought, and I was in pain. I didn't feel very good anyway, and I thought, okay, what happens? What happens if I can't get anybody to come and go to the pharmacy for me and get this pain medication? Let me think. I have to think like a military person. How am I going to adapt and overcome in this situation? I have this wagon. It's a foldable wagon that I use for my baskets and beads when I'm exhibiting. And it's right outside my front door. And I thought, okay, if I can't get anybody to come get me, I have to have this medication. I'm going to go and get in this wagon, and I'm going to row myself to my car. This is my thought process. must have been pain thinking, I'm gonna row myself to my car in this wagon because the wagon holds 100 up to 150 pounds, and I'm not close to that. So I'm like, I can do this, and I have an umbrella, and I have myself visualized rowing across the parking lot and getting in the car. And I thought, how am I going to get the wagon in the car? Am I going to leave it there? And I thought, no, I have to find somebody. But that was my backup plan. It's crazy the thoughts that you come up with. But one of the guys from my veterans group came and went and got the medication, and I was I was fine. And then every day after that, somebody has been here to help me, and I'm now at the point where I'm walking fine, and I can actually get. I don't can't get down on on my on my knee. Brother Kevin, tough girl. Yeah, I'm a tough military chick. I'm gonna row my way over in the on the wagon. Well, one of my friends was like, I would have paid good money to see that. But I can just about do everything normal as far as like clean the cat box out and get the cat food. So those things that people were helping me with, I'm able to do those things now. But it's still a challenge because I can't use this hand right. So I have this thing where I jerry rig the can open. I stick a spoon in there and I hit it with my elbow and pop the lid. So that works. The things that you have to do to actually make things work. So I'm looking forward to getting this cast off. It's going to not be off, I think, until the 14th of January. So that means I guess I can't still do certain things. I thought about, I'm not very good with my left hand. I don't think I can do anything to my hair. So I stick a hat on my head, and so hair doesn't stick out, or I stick a headband on my head. And uh, that's, something to get used to, I guess. But we're coming to the end of the year, and it's time to start thinking about setting goals for next year. 2021 has been a pretty, or 2020 has been a pretty interesting year. I'm hoping I'll get to go to Kenya early into 2021. I only got to go one time, and I'm really missing seeing the ladies. And we're working on doing some things when they get together where I can call in and be able to speak to them and see them. It's been so long. I had two different trips planned, and they both had to cancel because of COVID. So I'm really hoping and praying that early. Normally I go February, March timeframe, and I'm praying that that still holds true this year. We'll see what happens. I uh, I canceled one trip, and I still have a ticket that I can use. So I'm looking forward to going and possibly having a good little trip over there and being able to order some more product. But speaking of product, right now through Saturday, through the end of the year and into Saturday, I'm going to extend it to Saturday. 25% off everything on the Baskets and Beads site. If you go there, you'll see a banner across. You use the code LIVE25 to get 25% off of anything on the site. It's also the same at Fairtrade Long Beach. If you're local to Long Beach, everything in there, with the exception of the oils that I have, because that's from a veteran brother that I'm supporting, and I'm not, I have his stuff at whatever price he set, but everything else is 25% off at the Fairtrade Long Beach store. So, and on the website, basketsandbeadskenya.com. And I'll just remind you that if you're looking for a year-end donation, you can go to basketsandbeadskenya.org. We are still collecting for our food pack program to make sure the ladies have food. Things are they're opening up the schools in January over there. We'll see how things go, if they start opening up the markets again, and if the ladies will be able to actually have some income coming in. But still, with this whole time during the lockdown, they've been unable to do that. That's why we've been providing food for them to make sure that they and their families have food, because I can't rightly sit here in my own house and think about eating. I just ate dinner and knowing that they don't have any food. So I had committed a long time ago. I've said it a lot of times that I've committed to making sure that they have food until this pandemic is over and they're able to start earning their own income again and be fully supporting by their own contributions once again. So again, that's basketsandbeadskenya.org if you would like to donate. It's tax deductible if you need a tax deductible donation, and any amount, $5, $10, $100, $200. I've had a $1,000 donation. I've had $10 donation. Some do monthly, some do one time. Any amount will be appreciated and will help women and children. We're feeding over 30 women and over 80 children. So that's quite over 110 people, thanks to the contributions. So I appreciate anybody who has donated, and we'll be doing some blog posts about that. I've sort of taken a hiatus off of the blog and off of a lot of social media posting, other than the normal daily posts that go up on the page and on Instagram. But I just thought I'd come on and remind everybody about setting your goals for next year and thinking about what you want to accomplish next year in your life and your business, both personal and professional goals, whether you work for a company or you have a business. I do both. And then I have personal life goals as well. And I'm going to take the time. It's going to be a little hard. I usually like to write out my goals. I don't think I'll be able to do that this year. I may have to type them out. I'm starting to be able to use this, but it's very difficult to type on a keyboard when you have this right here. It just doesn't work very well. So it's kind of goes, it's a hunt and peck kind of thing. But I'm still going to be thinking about and charting out my goals for next year, and you should too. And if you've ever heard me talk about goal setting statements, it's not, okay, next year I want to make $100,000 in my business. No, you need to set it in a certain way where it is now blank. So whatever the blank is, the date. So it is now 31 December 2021, and I have, or I am blank, whatever that is. I have earned X amount of dollars. I have attained whatever position. I have done whatever thing. I have connected with whatever person. You can make several goals like that and have it to where you have a date, and it has to be realistic. Like, I can't say, oh, I'd like to earn $100,000 by January 31st. I mean, that's not really realistic if I'm at maybe $2,000 or whatever. Not to say that you couldn't have a thing happen and jump, but you have to gradually work into something like that for the most part. So you want to make sure your goals are realistic, that you set, that you think about. And one final thing for 2021, I'm setting up a lead page and a calendar type of thing. If you want to be on the Tea Time Tuesday show, normally I do interviews. After this accident happened, I cut all the interviews and I actually didn't do a couple of Tea Time Tuesdays. So if you'd like to be on the show, I'm interviewing. I like to mainly interview artisans, fair trade businesses, people who, something that you're doing good in for others, your story, something like that. I do interview other businesses or things like that. So if you think that you might be a fit for the show, you want to be on the show, right now you can just reach out to me. You can PM me, or you can send an email to eldana@basketsandbeadskenya.com and say you'd like to be on the show. I have a few people lined up already and would love to help promote your business and find out what you're doing in the world and what good you're doing for others. So that's what the Tea Time Tuesday show is about. Our Swahili Sunday show is me sharing motivational things at times. The main reason for Swahili Sunday was to have our ladies interview on the show to share and get to know them. But because of COVID, we haven't been able to do that. Hopefully we'll be able to do that in 2021. So you can start getting to know the ladies a little bit more and hear their stories directly from them on our Swahili Sunday show. So that's about it for right now. I just wanted to come on. And again, thank you all, everybody who commented, everybody who's prayed for me, everybody who's personally helped me, everybody who sent messages of care and concern. I definitely appreciate it. I'm feeling so much better. I'm on the mend. I'm more, I guess, coherent, I guess you could say. When I was in in pain. Pain does some remarkable things and makes you not be able to handle anything. So I just pray for you that you have a good rest of the year, that you have a peaceful time. If there's some you or somebody in your family are sick, I'm praying that you're healed, especially COVID. I pray that this comes to an end for us so we can all get back to some semblance of order in our lives. So I just want to wish you, if I don't come on, I may or may not come on before the end of the year. This may be it for me because I'm just detaching a lot from social media and everything to rest and recuperate, even though I'm fighting the urge to hop in the car and go drive way north to see my son. my my one friend was like, fight that urge. Yep, stay home, stay safe. But I'm grateful for you. I'm appreciative of you. Thank you so much for supporting me in everything I'm doing. And thank you for your well wishes and your concern while I've been recovering from this little injury that I have. And I'm looking forward to getting back to 100% and losing this thing. It's still going to be on till more than a couple weeks. So I'm ready. I'm ready for it to go now. Now I want it off now. All right, everybody. You all have a great night. Happy New Year, and praying for all of our success and prosperity, health, and well being in 2021. Until next time, Nakupenda.